Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am not Robey, as you probably saw from the thumbnail of the video here. Thank you so much for joining us here on Robeytech Live. My name is Damien, also known as Pastor Dame. I am the lead writer here at Robeytech, and I have the privilege, the absolute privilege of being able to stream with you guys today. So thank you all for being here. It is a good day here in the studio, and we have a fantastic PC that we're going to build. But before we get into that, I do want to do a little bit of housekeeping, just let you know what's going to happen here. Since I am not the man, what I want to do is I want to make a promise to you. I understand that there is a fine line between entertainment and a hostage situation, and so I don't want to keep any of you here too terribly long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the clock here that we're going to do this for like about 3 hours. If something goes wrong around the 2:30-minute mark, just to give you a heads up, probably not going to be doing any benchmarking if we get to that point. We want to make sure that, again, we're respectful of your time. We want to get this PC up and running, and we actually have a pretty fantastic PC for you today. Hey, everyone. Anyone else seeing some frame drops? That is a good question. I don't know. Are you seeing any frame drops, Brian? Brian is gonna, I think he's gonna take a look at things here and just make sure that everything is going all right on the technical side of things. Okay, so Teardog, thank you so much. Was seeing some. Legend Rugby says that they are seeing a little bit of frame dropping. Okay, we'll try to figure out what is going on. Justin is on vacation. Last I heard, he was fist fighting a bear. I don't know who won, but I think that the idea was he was trying to tame the bear and ride the bear across the Alaskan tundra so that he could go meet some sled dogs. That's the story that I have been given. I don't know if that is the case. What's the good word, Brian? What are you thinking?
I'm not seeing it. If you could refresh.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh some things here and just see what we can see. This is the beauty of stream magic here. Okay, so we've got our bit rate looks like it's in the red here. We have some funky chicken stuff going on here. All right. I am. Oh, yep. That's a good call, Brian. Make sure the chat's back up. Hey, there we go. Chat's where it's supposed to be. That's where it's supposed to be. Funky chicken. Yep, that's favorite kind of funk. I do like a good funk. Funky guitarist. Favorite funky guitarist. I would have to say Corey Wong. Amazing dude. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and hopefully that fixes things here. Hopefully there is... we already have a dad joke. Oh, let's go. I am so ready for this. All right. So what is a kitchen wizard's favorite incantation? What is a kitchen wizard's favorite incantation? It's a counterspell. Does that work? Does that work? Does that satisfy the dad joke there?
That's so nerdy.
I know. It's dumb. It's dumb. You're gonna find out that like that's how I roll. So stay tuned. It might be a really long 3 hours. So we're gonna have fun with this here today, guys. Please keep me posted too on the stream quality stuff. We'll try to get that all worked out. But I'm gonna run through the parts list here. We're gonna throw this on the screen here as we talk through the parts. So we actually have a budget build for you guys today that is featuring the AMD Ryzen 5 8400F, the ASRock B650 PG Lightning motherboard, and we're pairing that with the PNY RTX 5060 OC. Kurosaka, actually we joked around about that, we joked around a little bit on the front end of this that I was gonna come on stream and be like, hey guys, it's Robey here. I've gotten a little bit of work done and I shaved and this is actually what I look like clean shaven. But decided to just go with the truth here. So hey, we're gonna go back to the parts here list here. So we've got the Ryzen 5, we've got the ASRock B650, the RTX 5060 OC from PNY. Which guys, by the way, if you're sleeping on PNY, like don't, because they've got some really good offerings there. What's up, Sergeant Nobody? Good to see you, buddy. SD for our NVMe, we've got the Kingston NV3 1TB. We've got for RAM, we've got 32 gigabytes of the Crucial Pro overclocked 32 gig at 60 or 600. Wow, words, English, go. 6,000 megahertz per second. It's CL36, and the case. We have this beautiful budget case here that if you watched our coverage of Computex, you would have seen this case here. This is the Phanteks PG370A. And I'll talk about that more as we get into the building of it here. But there's some really neat things, really neat opportunities with this case. We are going to go with an air cooler because we have a kind of low power draw CPU. We're going to go with the Thermalright Assassin X 120 refined SE, and then for our power supply, we're going to wrap that up with the Corsair RM750. So I know that I just completely went off script here because usually we typically, like, Robey typically pulls the parts out, and I just like jumped right into it. So I'm gonna show you, like, hey, we actually have the parts here. So we've got our motherboard. Our chip is in this fancy box here. I'm gonna go ahead and show this from the top down here because it's just funny to see a CPU in a box like this. But we had to. We actually had this processor for something else, and I'll talk about that as we're doing the build here. But we had to order it third party, which is not. We took a little bit of a gamble on that. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend doing that, but we kind of had to take a gamble on getting that chip. But here is our PNY GPU, our RTX 5060 OC. Slap it because there's some stuff in there that I want to talk about when we get into it, because I think this thing has gotten a little bit more guff than it deserves, but at the same point in time, like, there are also some decisions with it too that are, you know, they made some choices, and of all the choices they made, that was one of them. All right, so we've got our RAM, we've got our Crucial RAM, we've got our SSD. Brian getting in there with the pro shots, making me look good. I mean, if anybody can make me look good, it's Brian. I mean, real talk, real talk. Okay, so we also, here is our Peerless Assassin. Here's our, it is so refined. Look how refined it is. Does that not look refined as an air cooler? And then and then finally we have our power supply from Corsair. We're gonna just go ahead and I realize, like, I'm totally like being super messy with this. And hey, it's the boxes. And then finally, this wasn't on the parts list, but this is super important here. It's probably the most important piece in the build, and I have to show it to you special here. Are you ready for it? Like, are you ready? I don't know if you can handle this, but it's another case fan. It's another case fan. Okay, so this is a Phanteks M25 Gen 1. I'll talk about this a little bit more when we get into to building the case. And the screws. Don't forget the screws. All righty, we got fans, we got parts, we got stuff to make a build. Shall we make it happen? Can we do it? Yes, we can. All right, let me get the desk cleaned off here, make some space, make some noise. I think Robey left you behind with this stuttering front camera. Oh no, the front camera is stuttering. That won't do. Okay, so Brian is gonna try to work his camera magic on that thing. And by the way, guys, give it up for Brian, because this dude here, like, I don't know if you guys know, like, how much, like, run and gun this guy is capable of doing, but I have seen him pull off the miraculous when it comes to getting things to work. And I really wish that you could see his setup when it comes to the actual like camera that he's using right now. Like it looks like, I know I made a joke earlier about like the kitchen wizard things, but like if there was a camera wizard, it would be Brian. Like GG's for Brian. That's right, DJ Techno. GG's for Brian.
Thanks, everybody. Just trying to find the ghosts in this camera.
Yeah. Do you have your own tools? Robey, never let. You know what? I feel super honored. I feel super honored because I do actually get to use Robey's tools. I mean, he didn't tell me I couldn't. So I'm gonna go with the philosophy that it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission on this one. So we're gonna go. Do we have the mega screwdriver? Did he take the mega screwdriver with him? No, we actually have it. And I don't know that I'm going to use it other than wiggling it at the camera a little bit. Because this is just ridiculous. It's just absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. But I love that we have it. I absolutely love that we have it. All right, so let's get into the build here. Sergeant Nobody, thank you so much. Let me tell you, I'll be honest with you. It is such a, I know I said this in Discord, and for all of you who, what? 20 gifted subs! Senu89, 20 gifted tier 1 subs. What, my man, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Huge, huge, huge thanks for that. Real talk though, you know, talking about standing in for Robey here, it really is one of those things that it is an incredible privilege for me to be able to do this. And I don't know that you understand, like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of backstory as we're building here. So I'm gonna get on the top-down camera here and talk a little bit as we're gonna be installing the CPU, and we're gonna try to get zoomed in here. Oh, are we in the right place? Not too much. Whoa! Mega zoom! Mega zoom! We have the zoomies, guys! Landsworth with 5 gifted subs. Thank you, my friend. Wow, you guys are awesome. You guys are making this super, super special for me. I am in a place here where I'm looking at our screen and making sure that we are in the right place. Okay. So, man. I'm gonna get to my story, I promise. Oh no, we have a network error. It says reload player. Fantastic. I love that for us. Here we go. Hey, we're back in the game, baby. I'm like all trying to be like serious and sentimental and stuff, and Twitch is like, no, don't do it, Damien. Bad Damien. All right, so real talk, and I don't know if too many people know this story or not, but I have followed Robey's journey since before there was a Robeytech. So way back in the day, I'd say probably like 2014, 2015 or so. All right, we've got our CPU in. Oh, you got a lovely shot of my head there. Oh, that's fantastic. I need to work on that. All right, so we've got our Ryzen in here. We've got the Ryzen 5 8400F in here. No, I've not been stalking him for that long. But yeah, so somehow at random, we got connected on Twitter, and yeah, we started like chatting just kind of briefly on Twitter. And yeah, just over the years, as I was starting to do some freelance writing for places like MMORPG.com, their sister site GameSpace, and then Gizmodo, like Robey was always like, he was always like super cool about like interacting and talking through just some of the stuff that like we were both mutually working on, and like just info share stuff, and so. Yeah, it's just really neat to be able to connect with him and stay connected over the years through the internets. And when he was looking for a writer, I was looking for a job, and so it's awesome. I'm gonna go easy. on the humor. You are nervous. Doing a good job. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And no, seriously, like I love humor. I love. I'm a big fan of like dumb humor, like non sequitur stuff. Like I was on the plane here. I was watching the Minecraft movie, and definitely like wrote the team. I'm like, yo, this is like simultaneously the dumbest and greatest thing that I've seen, because they really leaned into the memes here. All right, so we got our CPU in. We're gonna go ahead and install our NVMe drive. We've got this Kingston NV3 that we're slotting in here. And you know what? This did not come with a screw. We're gonna find that in our motherboard box though. So we're gonna go from there. I'm sure that there's something in this package that, I'm sure there's a screw in here. I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed if there's not. Okay, I'm not disappointed, I found one. They leaned into so many memes with that movie, like the fact that it starts out that, as a child, from a very young age, I yearned for the mines. Like, okay, I knew exactly what I was in for at that point in time. Yeah, guys, if you would, go ahead over to the Robeytech Live channel and drop a like on this video. I'm told that I'm only able to eat supper tonight if I get enough likes on the channel. I'm just kidding. They take very good care of me. All right, we're gonna do the peel on the NVMe heatsink here. So appealing. Oh, okay. I just did a dumb here, and I want to address this because this highlights something that you will get to know about me. I have built a number of PCs, but I have not built as many as Robey has built. And so what I just did is I put a screw where I didn't need to, and because the heatsink itself ties this down. So they did something really kind of nifty here in that they integrated the mount here. I'm trying to decide if I like this or if I don't like it. They did integrate the mount here, the screw into the mount for the NVMe drive, and so it just tightens right down on it. So we didn't even have to worry about that extra screw there. So yeah, so we got it. It's all figured out. It's all good. But hey, you know what? We all learned a valuable lesson here today, and that's what this is all about. Actually, building a PC and having fun and telling dad jokes is partly what it's all about. But hey, learning is cool. Learning is cool. We're gonna do that. We're gonna learn. All right, next thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna take off these mounting brackets here, because we don't need no stinking mounting brackets, because our cooler is going to have one. So we are working with the.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just confirming that I do see the lag on the camera.
Okay.
I don't think it's actually from the camera. I think there's something between the camera and.
Yo,
and
hold up a minute. The Johnny 5 is in the house. This guy. Okay, +1 PCs that Damien has built. Oh man. So the real Johnny 5. The Johnny 5 is my older brother. He is a fantastic cosplayer. Like, if you love cosplay stuff, like, you need to follow him on Instagram, because his Deadpool is absolutely on point. We actually have a very fun tradition for the last couple of years, because I live in a place that does Christmas big. We actually will walk around Christmastown so he'll do Deadpool. I actually am ordering a Shield Agents jacket, and so I'm like part of the newcomer assimilation program, I guess. I still haven't figured out like a great name for that. Kurosaka, you're going to Dragon Con. Okay. Well, Johnny, are you going to Dragon Con? I know that's one. Dragon Con is one of those things that I know he's gone to a couple of times. I don't know if it's on the schedule or not. But hey, if you run into like one of the greatest Deadpool cosplayers there, it's probably him. And I say that, and I realize like I'm super biased. Dragon Con is out of the cards. Womp womp. Yeah, it's a huge convention. All right, so we've got our assassin, our Thermalright assassin. That's a handsome stack. Okay, we are going to have to apply thermal paste for this one, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get these brackets out here. So Johnny does actually have a PC that I built. By the way, we've got this handy dandy screwdriver from the LTT store, which if I can figure out like how to actually use the thing, that'd be great. You know, I should have gone through and actually practiced with the tools before the stream here to see if there were any quirks here. I'm just gonna blame it on that it was like set up for Linus, and just go from there.
Well, it's backwards, right?
It's backwards, right? Yeah, because it's in Canadian.
Yeah,
it's in Canadian metrics. It's a metric system thing. I say that, but I jokingly, not jokingly, I did actually go to school in Canada. So I spent 5 years in New Brunswick. It's not a bad screwdriver here. It's not a bad screwdriver. It does all right. It does all right. My best friend is also Canadian. Amazing dude. So
wait, I'm not Canadian.
Brian, I hate to break it to you. I hate to break it to you.
Ouch. You guys are seeing this in real time.
You guys are. I'm sorry. It's just the way that it goes. All right, so we've got our Intel bracket, which we do not need. But if you were building this rig on an Intel platform, this is the back plate that you would use for that. It's got some sticky adhesive on it, and then you can move the little tabs out here to adjust for your platform, your socket of choice. So we've got the AM4, AM5 bits here. Okay, so it looks like, all right, so we've got, those are gonna go upright. And I'm just trying to see how this needs to go here. What's up? Ah, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, bud. All right, so we've got these standoffs that we're gonna use for the build, so the extra parts. Oh, you know what? I appreciate this about Thermalright. Like, we've got some thermal paste in here that they included. That's great. That's great that they do that. We've actually really enjoyed our experiences with some of the Thermalright AIOs that we've tested. We've got some really interesting offerings. And yes, I am going to go ahead and read the instructions here. Is this Robey's son? No, I am not actually. I'm not related to Robey in the least.
Even when you call him daddy, it still doesn't.
Hey, listen, Brian, we weren't supposed to talk about that publicly. Like Justin specifically said not to talk about that. So, oh snap. I am looking at this, and Brian, I am wondering. All right. There's part of me that is wondering, as I'm looking at this bracket here. I don't want to say that I think that it's broken. It wouldn't be a PC build if you didn't drop a part or two. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this bracket in here. I am noticing that on the edges here of this thing, they are open. Like the sides of this thing are open, and that does me a little bit of a concern as I'm looking at this. I don't think it's going to be a problem. The Verge told me every CPU cooler comes with thermal paste. It actually does not, but Araxinus, thank you for that. needs to bring back a moose as proof. Listen, as somebody who recently went to Alaska, and that was actually on the list of things that my wife wanted out of the trip. It's like she literally wanted to see a moose, and it was like the one thing that I couldn't deliver. Okay, this I am not confident in this, Brian. I am not confident in this, and I need to look at the instructions here, because it's looking like, and I want to show this because this is actually a little bit concerning to me. It looks like the ends of this thing are sheared off, and maybe I'm wrong. Does anybody have any experience with the Thermalright Assassin X120? I think this is where I'm going to call in a favor from a friend. I'm going to call in Kevin from the other room, because Kevin is our tech director, and he knows a thing or two about a thing or two of what we're looking at here. I did get the joke. I did get the joke, Araxinus. I'm trying very hard. I am trying very hard today to not go down in infamy as the guy who's like supposed to know how to build a PC but doesn't know how to build a PC. So yeah, we're trying real hard not to go down that road. So give me just a second, guys, because I need to figure this out, whether this looks right or not. So BRB. Alrighty, guys, I apologize for the brief interlude there, but this appears to be by design here, so we're going to go ahead and use it by design. So, all right, so AMD is saying that, or this is saying that we need to go. There we go. I see what I'm doing wrong, guys. I see what I'm doing wrong. It's all right. I'm a professional. I'm a professional. Yeah. Yes, that was the Thermalright bracket. So it's good. Like this is just me being overly cautious. I'm just being overly cautious because, again, I want to make sure that the build looks right, that it operates safely, and that I am not, recommending you guys do, anything that would be, unsafe, as far as your builds. So chalk this up to user error. Chalk this up to naivete. However you want to chalk it up to, inexperience. Be like, get a load of this guy. What is he doing? What does he think he knows? What does he think he knows? Who is he and where does he get his information? I don't know. But we got it. So, all right, let me talk through this here as I'm trying to get this installed. But so there's a very specific reason why we're using this combination of parts, this processor, and part of that is if you have paid attention to any of the tech and gaming news and whatnot, you probably have seen that the PlayStation is getting a price hike. There are all sorts of like tech tariffs and what have you, and so we had an opportunity, and there's a video that'll be coming out in the near future, which you'll be able to see this. But we had an opportunity to be able to test out a system that is it's about $900. for this particular system. Araxinus, thank you. Again, real talk. Like, I am super nervous doing this, guys. Like, I'm excited to be here. Like, I'm super stoked to be doing this and to be here. And I hope this isn't like, oh my word, like I have like secondary anxiety watching this guy. Hope it's not that bad. Blondie, you're the best. And I know that you're gonna Uno reverse me. So yeah, so $900. So we saw this PC that was like $900. And we just started asking the question of like, okay, so like, what does that actually get you? Like, let's say that you're a household where like you've got multiple people who are gamers in the house, and you're trying. And again, let's be honest. This is an expensive hobby. It is a very, very expensive hobby to build a PC. And Deborah, thank you so much. It's a very expensive PC hobby to build a PC, and to get into PC gaming, and I love PC gaming. Yeah, hey, what is it? Mike Shockett, Mike Shockett. Am I saying that right? And I apologize. Yes, I'm standing in for Robey right now. So yeah, it's a very expensive hobby to get into. And so as we were looking at this particular thing, I ended up picking up one of these processors. We're gonna do our thermal paste here. We're gonna do the little bit of 9-dot method here. I know that there are different methods of doing this, but anyway, so we started looking at asking the question of, okay, so this system, the system that we were looking at was about $900. And so we started asking the question of like, okay, well, what is performance on this? Like, what do you actually get for this machine? And understand, like, you're gonna get like a 1080p machine out of that. And that's okay. Like, it's still like one of the predominant, methods of gaming when you look at the Steam hardware survey, and then also like if you're doing anything like esports related, and I apologize, I'm getting some thermal paste off my hands here as I'm rolling through here. But yeah, we started looking at that. And asking the question of what kind of performance can you get? What can you expect if you're in a situation where you're like, I want to get into PC gaming, but I'm not sure like how to even get started or where to start. And again, like it's an expensive hobby. How do I do this in a way that's not going to like thoroughly break the bank? And so we ended up getting parts that were very closely matched, and so I played around with it. I even did a live stream with it while I was recording gameplay and playing. All right, so we've got that on there, finger tight. It's looking good. We're looking pretty even there on that. This is one of those things that you always want to pay attention to here is dye your hair with thermal paste. Does seem like the Robey way. It would be. So anyway, so we got these parts, we tested them out, and I'm like, oh my word, like this is actually like pretty neat. So we decided to, as we were talking about me coming out and doing these streams, one of the questions that I asked while we were talking about the different builds and the different opportunities that I had here with building, were like, what if we did our own take on it? What if we did our own take on it to see, what performance was like, how we could build it, what changes we would make, and go from there. And I'll tell you, like we got it like pretty close to the price. Like if you look at and this is a part that always kind of is a little bit on the trickier side. I'm trying to get this fan mounted into the side of the fins here. But if we look at performance numbers for this particular system, we're looking at a. You know what? I believe it's because I'm doing this wrong. If you look at the price is about $906, I think. Yeah, finger tight. Yeah, we're gonna make sure that that's in like super tight there. Thank you for the call out there, Dead Cat Walking. Yeah, definitely need to get that on there much more secure before that fan goes on. One of the things to be mindful about this, is just making sure that you've got like an even tightness on this, so that you're not breaking anything. I always struggle with getting these fans mounted on these fins. This always feels like super, super tight to me. Again, you guys are getting the B squad here. So, you know, I promise that Robey is far more professional at this than I am, and he does. But hey, you know what? You're getting to see this happen as I'm doing it. There's no AI here or camera magic outside of Brian's camera magic, which just makes me look far better than I actually am. Which is saying something, because my goodness, I'm on the struggle bus right now. All right, hey, we got it. Hey, we got it. But you know what? I'm not actually happy with that. So we're gonna move this down a little bit. Oh, you know what? We can't move it down anymore. Never mind. All right, and then this is gonna go into our CPU fan header here. And then because I'm not a monster, we are gonna tuck the cable in here a little bit. And all right, so we've got our heatsink installed, we've got our NVMe installed. How are we doing? We're at 37 minutes. 37 minutes in. I've had one fail, maybe. Well, okay, let's be real. We've had a couple of fails so far, and that's okay. That's okay. We're learning together. It's great. It's great. So, all right, so we've got the heatsink on. You know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? It's time. It is time for RAM clicks. Should we do RAM clicks, Brian? Yep. I don't know. Blondie, what do you think? What do you think? Should we do RAM clips? By the way, hey RT Final Boss, good to see you in the chat, Kevin. Thanks for being here, buddy. And dude, like, thank you for all your encouragement today as well. Like, you've been so good about that. All right. So just a heads up, like when it comes to the packaging here, you're gonna throw this away. Like this is what you do with it. There it goes. It's gone. It's gone. Though, if you want to keep the handy dandy plastic here, you know what? I feel like super special because he didn't. I have it right here. I have it right here. And I'm gonna use this for our RAM clicks. I'm so unbelievably excited about doing the RAM clicks here, because I get to watch this and I get to see like the reactions. Do we have reactions in here? Let's see if Dame is better at clicking the room. What's up?
Predictions.
Do we have predictions? 97 or higher. 97 or higher. Okay, so I feel like I need to take the board out of. I feel like the board is gonna that styrofoam there is gonna like dampen it. I don't want to muffle it. I don't want to muffle it. Alrighty. So 97 sounds like it's gonna be pretty crispy, right? Pretty crispy. All right. So we've got.
You can either look there or over there to see where you are in relations.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're gonna move this over.
Give some room for this.
I need to get a little bit of room there. All right, all right. Brian's all like coaching me on the go here. This is great. This is great. All right. So we've got our first stick. All right. Are we ready? 97.
Do you need to do any stretches first?
Oh, you know what? I do. I did work out a little bit this morning. So I feel like we need to get like the shoulders. Like, okay, so we need to get the shoulders. So we're going to do an upright external rotation. So you know, the shoulder or the hands at a 90 degrees here, the arms at a 90 degrees. We're going to raise them up, pull them back like somebody's pulling on your arms here. Get those nice and limber. Come back down. All right. So we're going to do a side. We're going to do a side stretch. Just hold that. Hold that. That's an isometric hold there. All right. Then we're going to need to keep it even. We're going to do the left side here. Do a left side. All right, we're gonna do reach back, a little show there, reach back. All right, need to get the wrist flexions here going on, stretch them out. All right,
get to clicking, computer boy.
All right, let's do this thing. Ram click. Hold. Oh, thank you. Are we ready? Well, no, we're not ready because the That's awkward.
You would have had to press a little harder.
I would have had to press a little harder. Are we ready?
Okay, I think we're ready.
Computer. Oh, that was gross.
A little soft.
Oh my word. That just felt bad.
A little squishy.
That was All right. Let's do this one.
Other hand. You're blocking. Yeah.
Thank you. Ooh, 94.3.
Yeah, there you go.
94.3. All right. I kind of feel like, you know what? I feel like we need to reset that one.
Do over.
Yeah, we need a do over there. All right, we ready? Oh, no, it's just that slot. That slot is just, ugh.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man. Feels bad. We did not get over 97. I'm sorry, guys. It could have been a technique thing. It could have been me. I mean, listen.
But I've heard Robey say that the newer boards are kind of they're like designed to not be as clicky.
Okay. Newer boards, not as clicky. We'll get them next time. All right. My efforts are commendable. Thank you, Blondie. I appreciate you. So you can get a sound alert of him yelling, click. That would be great. All right, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup here so that we can make way for the case to come up on the desk here. All right, so we have the Phanteks Evolve. We're gonna go ahead and throw the parts list up here because I think it's a good time to talk through the parts again. All right, so like I said, we're doing the AMD Ryzen 5 8400F with the ASRock B650 PG Lightning, which you just saw me working with just a second ago here. We're gonna get that PNY RTX 5060 OC in there in just a bit. Got the Kingston NV3 1 terabyte within there. Yeah, we've got the Crucial RAM in there, which was a little bit squishy. A request to hydrate. You know what? I will gladly do that. I will gladly hydrate. The Phanteks Evolve G370. It is actually the G370A, by the way. The Thermalright Assassin X 120 Refine SE and the Corsair RM750. All right, we're gonna go back to the static cam there. Should be able to see the case now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take the side panel off. But if you watched our coverage from Computex, I actually have a story about this case. Oh, and before I forget, because you guys are so good to me, We're gonna hydrate. It's a little.
You got a lot of Robeytech stickers on there.
You know what? I do have a lot of Robeytech stickers on my bottle. It's like I got this bottle for our Robeytech excursions. Like, how about that? How about that? Yeah, there is a Robey cat or two on here. All right. So we are hydrated, so we will not dihydrate. All right, so we've got the Phanteks G370A here.
We should probably take a moment and try to refresh the camera.
Okay.
The lockdown, the static. It's having some
Okay.
stuttering issues.
All right, how do you want to go about doing that, bud?
That's a great question. It's in OBS, I believe.
Oh, right.
Maybe just trying to reload that camera.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and try to reload a camera here. So that would be, so we're static cam there. I'll be honest, Brian, this is where I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Okay, well, let's just be right back in a moment.
All right, BRB, guys. I'm still here. We're still talking. We're still figuring this thing out. But thank you for bearing with us here. I just need him to be able to take a look at this. But Brian cannot be in two places at one time. Gatorade. Yeah, so really big thing we're trying to figure out is how to do this on the fly. Brawndo, it's what plants need. It's got electrolytes. Figment, I love that quote. I absolutely love that quote. That movie is fantastic. Water? You mean like from the toilet? Okay, so while he's figuring this out, I'm gonna tell you the Computex story here because I feel like I have gotten in the middle of it like 3 times and have not finished sharing the story. So Computex, we went to Phantex's suite and saw a bunch of their products, and we did actually see this case, but as we were looking through a bunch of their cases and trying to figure out like what content to make surrounding, we have an issue with one of our cameras, Braxel. So we're trying to refresh it and see if there is a way for us to see if there's a way for us to get it to work. We've got a framing issue going on. We're not entirely sure what is happening there. So again, just bear with me a second while we're figuring this out. But yeah, we saw a bunch of their cases at Phanteks, and we have actually, if you've watched a bunch of our budget build content, we really like the XT Pro specifically for the price and the fans that come in it, and the whole nine, and so they actually had another XT case there, and we were starting to take a look at making some content on that, and then we left the suite. So again, side story from that, we kind of did a little bit of dividing and conquering at Computex, where we're Robey and part of the team were making content, and then myself and part of the team were making some content, and so we ended up in a place where we were looking at that, and then as we came back and compared notes, Robey asked like, "Hey, did you see the G370A? Because it's a $59 case." I'm like, "Yo, I did not. I mean, I did see that, but like I ended up focusing on the new XT because, you know, we love the XT and, you know, was going to go with that." And he's like, no, you need to go back and take another look at that. I'm like, okay. So yeah, so for a $60 case comes with 3 RGB fans. It's their M25 fans. It's M25 Gen 1, I believe. But we actually saw these fans do some really good work with their AIO. the Glacier 1 M25 Gen 2 for the money. It has been a solid AIO. Now, I mean, since that point in time, there have been a number of other AIOs that we've checked out, but still solid pick. M25. Phanteks XT Pro Ultra is my go-to, but this Eclipse G370A can save a bit of money if you can get. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and so again, like that's why we ended up going ahead and choosing to use that for the case there. Figment, you know what? I have always wondered that. My wife is a huge Disney nerd, and she would not mind me calling her that because Figment was one of her favorite characters, and she was super sad when Figment was removed from the world of imagination. So yes, I appreciate that reference. I love it. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that story. Brian, how we looking?
Well, I'm considering trying to swap out the cameras.
Okay.
But it looks like we may just have to live with the naughty frame rates.
All right, guys, if you can deal with the old jank spirit, and if you got that reference, I will be very impressed. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move back to the static cam here, and we're gonna get building inside here. So, all right, we're gonna get started on this guy. Just for transparency, I did go ahead and pull the back off. Cables are pretty tightly bundled here to start with, but we will go ahead and we'll do some cable management for that. There's not a whole lot of room. There's not a main channel, I should say. There's not a main channel here, but we will clean this up as best as possible when we get there. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get the motherboard into the case here. We've got all of our case candy going on, but before we can do that, we do need to do a peel. Are you ready? I'm gonna do a peel. Will it peel clean?
You got the sound effects too, yeah?
I did. I don't know. Is that the peel sound? Is that the sound you have to make?
I mean, you know, Justin, it's rando.
Yeah, that's true. So it could be like a Wookiee sound, like.
It's usually some kind of screeching.
Some kind of like random screeching. Oh, love it. Okay, Figment did get the reference. The old jank spirit is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. See, you guys are my people. You guys are my people. So glad to be here doing this with you guys today. Thank you for sticking it out. I appreciate every single one of you who are here today. Whether you're lurking, whether you're in the chat, chatting it up, I am so glad that you are here. It's good. All right. So I know that everybody has, everyone, somebody getting quick parts list. Okay, quick parts list. Jesse Fox, thank you so much for asking. We're gonna go ahead, we'll slap that on the screen here. We've got a budget build going on here. We've got the AMD Ryzen 5 8400F at the heart of this build. Inside the ASRock B650 PG Lightning, we're going to be slapping a PNY RTX 5060 OC, which I actually was able to get at a Micro Center for $280, I think, something like that. And then we've got a 1 terabyte NVMe drive from Kingston. That's the NV3 1 terabyte that we have going on there. We are also building inside of the Phanteks Eclipse G370A. And we've got the Thermalright Assassin X 125 Refined SE. And we'll be powering that all with Corsair's RM 750. So thank you so much for asking for the parts list. Glad you're here. Glad that you're asking questions. Since I crochet the yarn edit the movie made. Yo, that moment in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like, it's just a bowl of yarn. It's fantastic. Oh, I love it. I love it. Like I said, I enjoy that kind of non sequitur humor. That stuff, like the Douglas Adams like humor it's great. It's absolutely great. I have read the books too, so they are. The movie is good. Love that Alan Rickman voices the robot in that. Good old Professor Snape. All right, so with that, we've got our motherboard in. Fantastic, you love to see it. And now, I think it's the time, we need to start doing some cable management. We need to start managing them cables because they will not manage themselves, unfortunately. So we're gonna get our PSU out here. And I know that Robey, like every time like he gets the opportunity to be like, shing, like he does that. Look at that though, like how cool is that to have like RT on the knife there. I know that this was a gift from somebody in the chat, so like awesome. Like thank you so much for doing that. Thank you all for your support of everything that we do here at Robeytech, whether it's showing up for streams like this, whether it's liking and following the socials, whether it's liking on YouTube, which if you haven't done that yet, like please go over to YouTube, youtube.com/RobeytechLive and slap a like on that video. Because if you do, there's a chance, and by a chance, I mean if y'all get a certain amount of likes on the video, we will give some stuff away. We've got some gift cards to give away. So we are gonna do zip ties. Let's do zip ties, Blondie. Because I'm gonna use them, because I need to manage this thing, because it's not gonna manage itself. All right. Now, I understand that there's a tradition around here of smelling the power supply.
I would call it sniffing.
Sniffing? Like, do you
huffing,
just
maybe
huffing
even?
the power supply? Do you just like take a big drag, or like how does this go? Like, is it just like a is there something going on? All right, we ready? Okay. I'm getting a slight hint of cardamom, a little bit of pepperoni, and 8th grade gym sock. I think that's what I'm getting out of this one. Good job, Corsair. Good job. All right, we don't need that cable. We're gonna need cables. That is a big bundle of cables. But you know what? I've gotta say, I love it, Corsair. I love what they're doing here because they're doing the same thing that we saw Asus doing with the tough gaming power supplies. And they're giving us cables that are easier to manage. And everybody loves that. All right, so we're gonna not need that. Yes, we'll need that. Never mind. All right, so we've got our 24-pin cable. We've got our CPU cable. Yes, CPU cable, GPU cable. All right, I think those are the cables that we're gonna need. I think that's it. So we don't have any SATA drives. We've got our EPS, we've got our PCI, we've got our 24-pin. We are good to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug these in on the front side of the build here. It's interesting that we've got a little bit of a cable comb here with this. And don't worry, I am going to get the other cables here to the I'm gonna get the case cables all plugged in here in just a second, but I do want to get these plugged in so that as I'm working in the back, I can start seeing where it makes sense to make cable runs and go from there. So, all right, we got our EPS in, we have our 24 pin in. We will grab the GPU cable when it is time. Now I will say the one thing that I want to make sure of is that, so we've got some thick cable combs here, and I do want to make sure that this is going to look nice. As you see, like we've got a good bend in this here right now with where the cable comb is at, and I want that to be really, really neat when we get done with that. So, but I'm going to pull that through. We can manage that when the time comes. Got an EPS cable. Let's flip around to the back here. And you know what would have been smart, Brian? What would have been really, really smart before I did that? And that really should have plugged in some of those front cables first. So we've got our HD audio, that's fan. Oh, you know what I wonder? Let me look at this here. I think I am right in saying that we don't have a splitter for our fans. No, my bad. Okay, we've got front panel. We do have a splitter for the fans. My bad, sorry. We have front panel. We have RGB. We have HD audio. We have USB 3. All right, so I want to go ahead and look at this one more time and make sure that I'm sending these through the appropriate locations. All right, so USB 3 is going to be in the front here. So because that's going to loop around, we're going to go ahead and the tab is there. That's good. And again, keep in mind, we're going to manage these well in the back of the case once we figure out where everything is routing to. Front panel connection. We love to see it, folks. It's a unified front panel header. See? What we mean by that when we say it is that all of these cables are in one connector right here. We love seeing this because it just makes it very, very easy for PC builders. You see, it's going to go right down in here. And so all I need to do is just flip that around and blammo, we are in. So trying to figure out like where individual cables go. It's just all in one place. It's fantastic. And speaking of fantastic, we have a fan header to plug in. And I want to find one that's going to be, you know, we'll use the one right up by the CPU. Why not? Because it's right there. I will make the teardown job easy here. As I'm like trying to figure out how to get my hands into this place to make that happen. Hey, nope. Did we get it? Did we get it? Did we get it? We got it. We got it. Aced it. Nailed it. Can't be stopped. Whew. All right. So fans are plugged in. Front audio needs to go next. Front panel audio. This is always something that's like super funny to me. And maybe somebody has a good reason for this, but I love that this cable is all the way in the back bottom corner on most motherboards. It is just like, it's just like there. And yeah. It's like, I don't care. I don't care that you have to go to the most inconvenient place in the case. I'm gonna make you go there. Okay. And now we have RGB. Where does RGB need to live? Ah, RGB lives right up here. We're gonna go there. And then we're going to try to run this cable to the other side here and kind of sandwich it in between those two fan headers just to try to get it out of the way so it's a little bit neater looking. Like it's not going to be incredible. Like it's going to be okay. It's going to be like solidly mid, but we're going to go Robeytech, the Chester Robey. What's happening? I promise I'm not breaking it. I'm not breaking it. What's happening? What's happening, man? You're on vacation. You're supposed to be on vacation, dude. I know, you're probably worried. It's okay.
How did you even join chat if we're like streaming with...
That's a great question. He's a wizard.
What's going on?
You're a wizard, Robey. All right, so we have everything hooked up in the front here. So we've got all of our cables in the front. We're gonna clean some of this up here before we get things all finished out. Leaving family is yelling, bye! Bye, Justin! Hope you find your dad! Oh, it's good to see him. It's good to see him. But at the same point in time, he's on vacation. Bro needs to rest. Yeah, I'm gonna yell at him. Be like, dude, it's fine. It's all right.
Not cool, man.
Not cool, man. You're throwing off my groove, man. All right. So we have some cleaning up here to do because this is all kinds of messy. And we're gonna get some zip ties out because we love the zip ties, right? We love the zip ties. And I think I'm actually going to remove their management here. Ugh. Because I want to...
Does that get counted in the final cable count?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. Does pulling a zip tie from out of the case count as cable management for our zip tie count? That is a good question. I don't know the answer
I feel
to
like
that.
Blondie's the commissioner on that one.
Blondie is the commissioner on that one. And if she says it counts, then it counts.
Yeah, Blondie, what we're asking is there was cable ties that were used in the build from the case manufacturer.
From Phanteks, yep.
From Phanteks. So if we cut those off, do they get put in the overall zip tie count?
Waiting on an official reading. They do not count. They do not count.
Officially.
The official judge says they do not count. Okay. So that is good to know. That is very, very good to know. All right. So we've got, I went ahead and I zip tied the fan and RGB header cables down because I want to, I think we're going to end up doing two tracks here. And I'm going to get the 24-pin cable tied down here as well. So that's, I just want to make sure that that's out of the way for when we manage the rest of this up. So we'll take, since this is a little bit hairy here, guys. And again, keep in mind, I am not the cable management wizard that Robey is. I am functional. I am functional in my cable management. Oh, I might have flown way too close to the sun, Brian. I think I might have gotten a little bit arrogant in my cable management.
You flew your drone over the volcano?
I flew my drone over the volcano. I don't even know what that means, but But sure, I mean, it sounds dangerous. It sounds like I made a choice that I shouldn't have made. All right, and I'm gonna tie that back up together there. Now, the big thing that I wanna make sure of is that the case is actually gonna close. Like, I can put a big old bundle of cables together. Yeah, if the back door closes, yeah. If the back door closes, it's cable managed enough. I hear you. Hey, listen, I understand that there's also like a standard around here. Like, there is a standard for like good cable management, and I want to try to live up to that standard. I want to be invited back to do this, right? Like, I don't want this to be like a, oh, hey, like, is Pepsi okay? Like, I don't want that to be the option, you know, whenever Justin goes on vacation. It's the, like, you know, is Pepsi okay option. Like, I understand that, like, that for some people watching, you're like, dude, this is like the president's choice, the great value Robeytech. Yeah, I wouldn't even go Kirkland brand.
Temu Robey.
Temu Robey. So yeah. We do like nice cable management around here, and I do like I do like nice cable management. Temu Robey, yep, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. I'll own it. I'll own it. Oh no, no, that one cable. Why? All right, we have our first casualty, guys.
Yeah, but that one does count, though.
That one does count. All right, we'll put that in the pile of shame. That'll go in the pile of shame. All right, I'm gonna clip these because I just want to get the danglies out of the way here. I am not thrilled with this bunch of cables over here. Okay, so we do have a little bit of a challenge in that, and this, oh, there, I was sitting here looking at these cables going, wait a minute, that just doesn't seem right. Oh, okay. The RT boss himself is Team Pepsi, so he's like...
I'd jump on that.
Okay.
I'm more of a Dr. Pepper guy, but if I had to choose, it's definitely Pepsi.
Okay. I am neither. Like,
no cola whatsoever.
No cola whatsoever. I am not a cola fan. I can't do it. I can't do it, guys. Maybe it's my weak constitution.
Thank you, Figment. I agree. Which
Cherry
Figment, have you had the creamy coconut Dr. Pepper? It's like a summer edition. That's my favorite.
Team water, though. I'm with you, Robeytech boss. I'm team water and coffee. Which, speaking of water, you know what? I'm gonna hydrate because it's that time. That is fantastic shot, Brian. I'm really glad you got that. True to life.
I mean, if the people can't see it, did it happen?
That's a great question. If they can't see it, did it really happen?
Yeah, Figment, I'm not on the blackberry train. I thought that taste was quite, I don't know, it was so fake. It was chemically, I couldn't do it.
Mountain Dew game fuel once a week. Yeah, I used to mainline Mountain Dew. That and Surge. You remember Surge?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man. Surge was one of those drinks that, like, and I know that it had a comeback, but it was like one of those drinks where it's like you're almost taking your life in your hands every time you cracked a can. What about Slurm?
Slurm.
I do not know the Slurm of which you speak. That sounds like, any Homestar Runner fans in here, by the way?
Yeah.
Homestar Runner? You done a great job. You drink the Slurm. Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh, it's a Futurama reference.
What
Yeah,
about
Jolt?
No.
Yeah.
Chai tea. Oh, Kevin, you and I are gonna have to talk because my wife and I found this chai tea mix that is amazing. Absolutely, absolutely stellar.
Darby was telling me that the word chai is actually just tea, so it's TT.
It's TT. That's funny. All right, so we've got our kind of our main, we've got our spine-to-do things going on here. Again, I'm not loving how this is, but I think that I'm kind of in a place where I have to accept it. Like I realize that like maybe I'm in denial about my cable management abilities. Like I'm finding out that I'm like not the most amazing at cable management. And maybe I just need to accept it. Like it's a part of the process. I just need to accept it.
Or allow yourself to grow into it.
Or allow myself to grow into it.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point, Brian. That's a good point. Just because I'm not amazing at something now does not mean that I can't grow in my abilities. It's not you, it's the cables. Right? The cables are just toxic. It's just the cables problem. All right. I think, you know what? I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna clip these up. I'm gonna trim them up real nice. Real nice like. Hey, at least there isn't a cable. You're right, Figment. At least there isn't. Okay. So, yeah. Acceptable? Let's do a walkthrough here. I'm gonna clip some of these up. We still have our GPU, so we've still got to put that in. But I guess let's ask the chat. Like, is it acceptable? Like, does it meet the Robeytech standard? I mean, again, I realize like we still have the PSU to put in. I know I'm not Robey, but hey, it's Nathan. Hi, it's me, Damien. It's nice to meet you. Robey is on vacation. Robey is on vacation, and so you get Timu Robeytech today. So if we haven't had a chance to meet just yet, my name is Damien. I'm the lead writer here at Robeytech, and so while Justin is out and he is enjoying some much-needed time with the family, I am filling in for the man, the myth, the legend. Well, he gets some well-needed rest in. So. All right, what are we thinking? What are we thinking, Brian? We thinking it looks okay? You haven't been watching Robeytech? You know what, GL Rods 89, I appreciate that so much. That means the world. If I'm gonna be likened to anybody, like I'll take Robeytech. I mean, technically you are Robeytech, you're right. You make a very, very good point. You make a very, very good point. All right, they're saying it looks good. So I'm gonna say, hey, C's get degrees, man, right? Like let's go with that. Let's go with that. And doesn't look too terrible from the front. We are gonna move this cable comb a little bit just to see if we can straighten this out just a skosh. So we've got front panel in, HD audio is in, EPS is in, our fan RGBs. I think it might be GPU time. Is it GPU time, Brian? Oh, wait a minute. Do we need? No, we don't need to count zip ties just yet. We'll do zip ties after we are done getting the thing in there. Hilarious, hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much, really appreciate it. Landsworth, also appreciate you, appreciate it, thank you so much. Yes, I am responsible for a good number of the dad jokes that go into our videos here. And I know that nobody asked for one, so I'm gonna go ahead and give one anyway, because the greatest dad jokes are unexpected, right? They're
usually unwanted.
Usually unwanted, but they're apparent when they happen. That one's a freebie. All right. So the other night, guys, I was getting I got a little freaked out because oh, okay, hold up a minute. Psalm Lab. Smart, are you in the chat? Smart, there you are. What's going on, my dude? Okay, if you are a Destiny 2 fan and you do not know this guy, you need to know this guy. Follow him on YouTube. Dude's name is Psalm Lab. He is an incredible lore master when it comes to Destiny 2 stuff. Yeah, Blondie, I know you are a Destiny 2 fan. You need to follow Psalm Lab. If not only does Smart here have an amazing channel, he is also has an amazing voice for narration. Smooth British voice. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Dude, much love. Thank you so much for being in the chat today, Smart. It's so good to see you, buddy. It's so good to see you. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we've got a couple of things to remove here, a couple of screws to remove to get our GPU. And big fan, won't get the expansion. Blondie, you haven't played through the expansion yet? Oh no. Okay, the Edge of Fate has been really good. The Edge of Fate, and you know what? I took the wrong bracket out. Go me, yay! Oh, you know what? Psych, I just took the screw out. I didn't take the bracket out. All right, so real talk, as a Destiny 2 player, I am like also one of those people that I love the game. And Smart's one of those guys that he definitely like keeps me in it. Because every now and then, like I'll get a message from him where he's like, yo, brother, have you seen ... or have you heard ... And I'm like, oh snap, I need to go figure that out. I need to go do that. So yeah. Anyway, whatever the case may be, there is a new character in the story that his name is Lodi, and I absolutely adore Lodi, and his voice actor is like super engaged in the Destiny 2 community as well. And also, real quick, like if you are somebody that like really likes Destiny lore stuff, Psalm Lab is going to be doing a collaboration with My Name is Bife, other amazing lore master, also British. I think you guys, okay, real talk, Smart. I think you guys have like the corner on the market when it comes to like the greatest voices in Destiny lore. But, you know, I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing. Anyway, whatever the case may be, check them out. Check them out. Good stuff. Anyway, they're doing a lore panel with some of the narrative leads from Bungie. So amazing. Real talk, brother. You've got an amazing voice. You're one of the best voices in the community, man. I love it. I love that I get to call you my friend. All right, so I made a mistake in pulling out the PCI cable because we don't actually need this one here. We don't need the 50 series plug because we're going to use the standard PCI because that's all we need for that. So yeah. Thank you, Devin Du, for your subscription over at YouTube. Appreciate you, friend. I apologize, I am not the Robeytech, but I pass on his gratitude for him. The man is on vacation, much needed vacation. We start plugging things into the motherboard, etc. Can we shine some light on what we are plugging in? Yes, thank you so much, 7704. So we are, right now, we just plugged the GPU in. We just installed our GPU, and we have the 8-pin PCI connector that we have just plugged into our GPU, and we're going to route that so that we can plug everything up to our power supply and see if everything works. And that I didn't epically fail this build here today. That's the hope. That's the dream right there. But this is Robeytech. I know. And I realized, like, I've been on the team for 2 years, and Brian can attest to this too. Like, I've been on the team for over 2 years now, and like, still there are moments where I'm like, but am I really part of the team? Like, you know, because I like don't live in the same area, so like, I get the privilege of working remotely, and it is, sorry, Daddy Roy, it really is an odd place to plug in the GPU. But honestly, like for a small cable like that, I'm not terribly mad at it because you can run it right down into the bottom here and have it right by where you need to plug it into the power supply. So like it does make for a little bit of a cleaner setup that way. I mean, I could run it across here to the actual opening in the case for a PSU cable, but I think that would be a little bit on the silly side. So, all right, with that, I think it's finally time to install our PSU. And I'm gonna need to grab a couple of screws here from our Corsair bag o' goodies. And so you guys probably want to maybe see a little bit of that. It is an 8 GB card. That's correct. That is correct. It is an 8 GB card. It is a choice. It is a choice of all of the choices that you could make. That is one of them. But I'll be honest, and I'm hoping to be able to show you some stuff here. And I think that, you know, as I'm looking at the time here, we're doing great on time so far. And despite some of our hiccups with the camera, we're doing all right on time. So we might actually be able to do a little bit of benchmarking. Like I said, I want to be respectful of everybody's time. You guys are here watching me do the thing. I am grateful for it. But I also know that there is a fine line between entertainment and a hostage situation, and I don't want to give you all Stockholm Syndrome. You will love me. I'm just kidding. You are under no compulsion to. He'd be like, this dude sucks. We can't wait to get Robey back. And you know what? I should have plugged everything in before I put this in here. Yeah, I'm all trying to, you know, joke around here. I'm losing track of myself. I'm like, yeah, we got plenty of time. No, we're gonna just take everything all apart again. How about it? Let's start from scratch.
Who wants to see me put this PSU in twice?
Yeah, it's like the best part. Yeah.
Everybody's used to Robey mounting the AIO at least 2 or 3 times, so.
Okay, well. Okay, so. We've got the PCI cable that's going in. We've got our, just making sure that there's no other place for this. All right, so we got our CPU cable that's going in. And then 24 pin. Making sure that I'm in the right places with this and that the cables are positioned where they're supposed to. All right, parts in. That part's in. Hey, we've got it. Yay, first try, first try. And now we'll take 2 on this. Were there any peels on the GPU? Did you remove them? Great question. I actually removed them beforehand, and I'll tell you why. Because I actually brought this GPU with me in my luggage, my carry-on luggage actually, from the East Coast because I was using this card for a little bit of experiential testing for a video that we have coming out very shortly. I think Damien should get a People's Choice Award for being a second best Justin. I love it. Hey, listen, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, let's just go ahead and take a minute. I'm gonna bundle these cables up here together just for the lulz. Just for the lulz. Sir, is there a PSU in your luggage? No, but there's a GPU. There is a joke in there somewhere. I'll find it, Kevin, and I'll find a way to work it into a script or something, and you're gonna be like, yeah, that one was me. You're gonna be so proud. You're gonna be so proud of that joke. Hey, Brian, did I tell you about the restaurant on the moon?
I feel like I'm being set up.
You feel like you're being set up. I'll tell you what, the food is out of this world, but the atmosphere is terrible.
Yeah. There it is.
All right, there's a good question. Is an RTX 4060 and Ryzen 5 4600G a big bottleneck? That is a great question, and I actually don't have an answer for you for that, but Blondie, if you want to go ahead and cut that out, Hope's great. If you're not following us on our social media channels, especially like Instagram and TikTok, go ahead and do so, because we are answering questions like that over there. And so if you want to go ahead and follow there, and really, like, if any of you have any tech questions about that, either drop them in the chat here or drop them in the comments and Discord, because we do try to get around to those and make some content around your questions. You guys have asked some amazing questions. And real talk, like, I want to tell you this because, and again, you've been watching me build this PC, and you've been watching the mistakes that I've made along the way, and figured them out as you know, together as I'm doing them. But there's no such thing as a dumb question. Like, ask a question. We are here to help. We love helping. We love being able to be a resource to you guys and offer you guys something that that's helpful for you in your journey, because really, like, we go further together, right? And so ask your questions away. Okay, Brian, we have the GPU plugged in. We have the PSU plugged in. We have everything plugged into the PSU. We have all of our zip ties. We have all of our zip ties done. Brian.
Oh my goodness.
It's really happening. I think it might be time. It might be time. Oh, this is gross. I can't leave that like that. Ugh. Sorry, guys. That's disgusting. Okay. The one thing, I gotta remember where I put zip ties. Bam, right there. That's where I put the zip ties. All right, so the one thing that I will tell you, when you have cabling like this, that has like individual, when you're looking at individual strands here, it is that unless you have like some good cable combs along the way, or unless you have a situation where like the cables are just like super straight, you're probably gonna have to come in and do a little bit of cable management, because you're gonna have situations where you have like uneven, like cables are just laying unevenly, or you know, it's just, you're gonna have one of those like wild hairs, wild cables that just is, it's just out there. It's just living its best life, but we're like, nay, nay. Nay, nay. You must fall into line. I don't know why I sounded like that. There was no reason for it. All right, I'm gonna twist this around though, so that it's pointing back. Little obfuscation, Get it out of the way. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to know it's here. All right, that looks much better. That looks much better. I'm much happier with that. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. This is the build, guys. It looks okay. Aggressively mediocre, right? That's what we were shooting for. Aggressively mediocre. Yeah, so we've got the AMD Ryzen 5 8400F in here. All right, are we ready for predictions? We ready for predictions on zip ties? What do we think? What are we thinking? If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck, it must be a PC. I see you. All right. Blondie, what are you thinking? Shall we do our zip tie predictions? Got a nice little stack here. All right, guys. Odds or evens? Odds or evens? All right. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 odds. Are the odds in your favor? Give them what they want. Give the people what they want. All right, so we've got odds. We got odds. Odds on the zip ties. Even odds, even odds. Okay, so we've got the system built. Let's go ahead and let's find our panels and put our panels back on. Are we being, am I being too like presumptuous that this is gonna post?
That's why we're putting up a poll.
That's why we're putting up a poll.
A prediction.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it going to do it? Is it going to do it? Will it post? Will it post, or will I go down in history, in Robeytech history? Of the only person, am I the only person that's ever been privileged enough to host Robeytech without Robey?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Will it post? Predictions up? You have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and throw the parts list up here one more time so we can walk through what this PC is and what you are looking at here. All right, so we've got the, I know a bunch of people have asked about CPU, so we've got the Ryzen 5 8400F. Not a popular CPU, but not bad, not bad. That's in the ASRock B650 PG Lightning. We've got the RTX 5060 OC from PNY. We've got a 1 terabyte NVMe from Kingston. That's the Kingston NV3. We've got 16 gigabytes of 6,000 megahertz C36 Crucial Pro overclocking. I'm going to take a drink of water here in just a second because that was a mouthful. And that's all in the Phanteks Eclipse G370A with the Thermalright Assassin X 120 Refined SE. I feel like I have to say it like that. It has to be refined. And then all of that is powered by the Corsair RM750. 750. All right. So we have all our predictions in. Damien, can you mention, yes, Blondie, I can. And if you have not already, if you would please go over to youtube.com/RobeyTechLive and just go ahead and hit a like on this video. You don't have to stick around. You can even follow the Robeytech TechBot link. I mean, we made it super easy for you because likes are free, and if we get enough likes on that YouTube video, we will do a community giveaway. The illustrious, the effervescent, I like that word, the effervescent Blondie but Geeky will run that for us. And we'll get some goodies out in the wild there. All right, so do we have our poll in? Is our poll done? Hoo, so bubbly. You are, Blondie, I would not call you bubbly, but I would say that you do exude positivity, and I appreciate your encouragement, friend. All good, all good. How much does this PC cost? $1 million. This PC, and you will be able to find, you can find the links for this, I believe in the YouTube video, out at Robeytech under our budget builds. Thank you, Blondie. It is $904. We have a sub $1,000 PC here. And we're gonna plug it in. We're gonna plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. And we're gonna see if it works. Are we ready, folks? Yeah, you know what? We probably should have that plugged in. Do we put the side panel on before we go, or do we just...
I prefer not to have the reflection.
All right.
Yeah.
We have lights. We have lights. Will it do it? Now, it is going to take, it will probably take a second because with the Ryzen platform, it's got to train the RAM. So we'll see. Aki and fam, let's go. Let's go. Look at that. Look at that guy right there. Aki and fam. Again, another fantastic streaming community, great family-friendly streamer, actually streams with his family, legend, absolutely legendary in the, as a Destiny 2 content creator, does Final Fantasy 14 stuff, some Mecha Break, man. Hey, this is my squad. It did it! It posted! Yes! I'm not a failure! I'm not a failure! Oh, guys, we did it! We did it! First try! First try! Let's go! All right. All right. So, woo! That happened. Let's get a keyboard. Let's get a mouse. What time of day is it? All right.
You guys don't get much more authentic excitement than that.
I'm genuinely thrilled right now, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I had stress dreams last night about doing this. Like, not that I'm like, oh my word, I have to do this thing. No, I had like stress dreams that like, that I showed up late, that we got started super late and nothing was working. Everything was like busted and broken. And so all of those nerves that you guys saw like on the front end of this, like all of that was just like, I was just psyched out. I was psyching myself out. I don't know why.
PTSD, but it was like pre-traumatic.
It was like exactly. It was like pre-traumatic stress. All right. So, yeah. So we are an hour and 40 minutes in. I'm not going to hold you hostage, but I am going to go ahead and, what do you say, guys? Should we do a little bit of benchmarking? What do you think?
Well, I think typically if you could give me like a solid color.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
And then I can do a little bit of B-roll.
I suppose you probably want to
get
do
to your benchmarking.
All right. Well, let me do one thing. I just want to make sure that our display is the appropriate. Yes. All right. So, what are we thinking as far as color goes? And hold on half a second. Got to refresh the stream here. Betamo. What do we think as far as colors go? I keep forgetting, I keep burying chat, and I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to bury you. You guys are my friends. And I'm seeing that that is not up to date. All right, glad I got the success. I was stuck in grand jury duty until now, had to pull. Oh, dude, I appreciate you. We're gonna go, my stream is borked. No! All right, stream croaked. What? Push me, bury me in your shit. Yes, the 8400F can run. Okay, we're back. All right. We are back. We are back. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to open up You know what? I'll be honest with you guys. It has been a minute since I've actually tried to do any RGB coloring through. All right, here we go. Dynamic lighting. Is that it? Oh, we can't do that through Windows. So we actually need the MSI software, I think, to do the color here. Or I'm sorry, not the MSI software, the ASRock software. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll download that real quick. And this is the B650 lighting PG lighting. All right, we're going to download the software for this. And then we'll get a solid color for y'all. You know what I didn't do, Brian, is I didn't go into the BIOS to activate Expo. So we're gonna, where is the thing? I'm gonna go ahead and look up RGB. So ASRock is kind of interesting because like sometimes they have different programs for their different products. Okay, that took me back to the page there. Sorry about this, guys. We'll get this downloaded here. Okay, downloads. All right.
It's also not molecular is just being
Okay. All right. What is it? We're just on rotating colors here. Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and restart because we might be able to get into the BIOS here, and there might be an option to an option to set it in the BIOS. And if there is, we'll go ahead and do it. If not, we'll figure it out. I'm also working off a very tiny screen over here too, so bear with me. I know excuses are like armpits though. Like everybody has a couple of them and most of them stink when they're left unattended too. All right, so we are in the BIOS now. So we're gonna do that. Expo tools. We're going to see if there is anything in here. No. If somebody has ever used one of these before and they know what I'm looking for, I am not proud, I will ask for help with that. All right, so that's monitoring. It's not going to be monitoring. It's not going to be that. USB. Oh, here we go. It is static. All right, what were we saying as far as color goes? Maybe some purple. Now let's see, applied to all channels. Hey, we got static purple in there. We good? And I do not have control of the GPU. That is that would be PNY software. Okay, so we're gonna save changes, we're gonna exit. And we'll restart. You know what? I have on my personal rig, my lighting scheme goes between lavender and light blue in a white build. I think it's super pretty. It's super, super clean. Guacamole green. Guacamole green. RGB in the BIOS, ASRock doing it right. Hey, you know what? It worked out. We found it. We found it. We're good. I'm gonna clean up a little bit here while we're waiting for this thing to reload. Oh, guys, I did a fail. I didn't add the rear fan. Ripperoonie. Well, we're gonna go ahead and shut down because we need to add that rear fan in the back there. Yep. We needs my airflows. All right, sorry about that. The celebration was premature. Actually, you know what? It was not. It was not premature. We celebrated well. We celebrated well so that we could see that it posted, and it did, and we love it. We love that it posted. It's great. It is just the rear fan, but since we are using an air cooler, like we do want to have that extra airflow, and I'm trying to see where the best place for us to go with this is. Oh. Guess it's more going to come down to like where can we reach with this. We do have to use a an extension on this fan. We do have to use an extension on the fan cable just because of like it's super short. It's super short. I was watching this on Twitch and Twitter crashed. Anyone else have that happen? That's a great question. Anybody else watching on Twitter that can verify that? Bob, thank you so much for pointing that out. We've had a couple of issues with connectivity stuff today, but trying to make do, right? Make the best of a bad situation. Oh, Twitch is having issues. Is anyone else having issues on Twitch? We had issues a little bit ago. All right. Only on Twitter.
Why do you keep saying Twitter?
I don't know. Oh, okay, X is up. Thank you so much, Kevin. Appreciate you, bud. All right, so we have one more. We have one more fan that we've got to plug in, and I think we're gonna go. There's a side plug over here that we're going to go to. It's not my favorite location. And I'm trying to decide if that's more, if the cable is more obfuscated up there or if it would be from the top. I think it's better there. Though, you know what? Scratch that. I have another idea. This is gonna seem weird, but it's not weird if it works. We're gonna plug in down there, and then we're gonna feed this in between. We're going to feed this in between the RAM slots here in a way that is nice and tucked away. How about that? That all right? That all right? What do y'all think? Is this Robeytech's son? You would not be the first person to ask that, Driveway Cam. I am not. I am not. I am budget brand Robeytech. I was ordered from Temu, fully AI, fully AI. I'm what happens when Robey shaves. So I hate to say this, guys, but for all of y'all who, Blondie.
You gotta do one more then.
Yeah, all right, yep, we've got to do one more. We got to do one more just to make sure that our odds still win it. Okay, so, whew, we did it, we did it. No, we're still, odds still won, odds still won. Odds win, odds win. No worries, we're there, we got it, we got there. Little scuffed, hey, listen, we're still under the 3-hour mark. We still have time. There's still time for this to go sideways, guys. Okay, so, there we go. There we go. No mistake, my loss. In case you were wondering, Robey is on vacation. Okay. The case does not have a USB-C cable. So, yeah, no, I thought that was pretty weird too. But unless I'm like really missing something, like really missing something. But no, I am looking here again, and I can confirm that there is no internal USB-C. It's just the USB 3.0 header. So that is a little bit of a downside. Keep in mind though, this is a $50 case, $50, $60 case, something like that. Mama Peach, let's go, let's go. Love you and the family, love you and the family. So glad you are here. Glad to see you in the chat. That is Mrs. Aki and fam. This is the Mrs. portion. She does mornings with Mama on Friday mornings, which is just a really encouraging chat about very real people, very honest people, very. Yeah, you know what, Blondie, I'm so happy to see my people show up too. I have some of the best people. I really do. Really do. Okay, so now that that's done, let's go ahead and power this back up. That didn't happen. We didn't totally forget to put a fan in there, but we really did. So it's like a two-way compliment. I have some of the best people. Yeah, it is. But it's true. I'm very grateful for the people that I have in my life. Are we back to, it's rotate. It's doing it again, Brian. Oh well, we'll get it for the B-roll. We'll get it figured out for the B-roll. But for now, let's go ahead. We're gonna do, okay, so that's on 1080p. We're gonna do a little bit of Cinebench here. And hope that we don't blow this thing up. Okay, so voltage, so what we want to see temperatures on this thing here. So we got, making sure that we're seeing everything. Here we go. The CPU power package. That's what we want. All right, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do a 10-minute throttle test here. Make sure that we have all of the things going. Did you see the front case? Doesn't. I did say the front case doesn't. Well, it does have USB-C on the front I/O, but I don't believe that it's high-speed USB-C. We are only running on a USB 3 header. Yep, it's USB 3.0. All right, so we're running right now 87. Again, keep in mind we're on an air cooler. This is a low. Oh, our front fans are not. Our front fans aren't fanning. That's not going to do. Nope, we're gonna kill that right now. Because that, nope. It's entirely possible that I unplugged something as I was moving that fan cable around for the other one. So glad I caught that and that we didn't like just, you know, bake the silicon there. We got this. Not worried, not scared, not even gonna cry right now. Okay, so that is in. That is plugged in. All right, guys, we're gonna figure this thing out. We're gonna figure this thing out. Did we see the fans running when,
Yeah, I think they were running earlier.
Were they running earlier? Okay. I mean, it is also possible too. It is also possible too that oh, you know what? I see it. I see where the issue is. I got it. I got it. It's fine. This is what happens when you have large hands and you're trying to work inside of tiny space. That should do it. Killman, hey! All right, so just Killman for reference, like just so we're clear here. This is what I'm working with here. This is what I'm working with here. We're trying. Like, so we got, you know, there we go. There we go. Would you please somebody clip that? All right. All right, fans are plugged in correctly now. Take 3. Boop. The banana did come in handy. All right, yay, there we go. Fans are running now. It was a minor setback. It was a minor setback. It was just me. I didn't have all of the pins plugged in properly. It was me. It was a 100% oops, my bad situation. So now let's go ahead and let's go back to Cinebench, because I guarantee that what we're gonna see is far better temperatures on that, because we actually will have airflow. We will actually have air going, so yeah. All right, we got our monitoring up. Let's go ahead and do our 10-minute thing here. And let's get her running. All right, yeah, we're already starting like at a lower place on our power package, which is great. We were like, what, 87, I think? We were at like 87 average there. Yeah, now we're like 84-ish, 85, and we're starting to ramp up here. We'll give it a minute. Blondie's saying, can you move the camera? It's blocking. All right, what do we got? What do we got going on here? How are we doing, Blondie? Is that better? We're off and running. Look at that though, guys. Like that actually is, it's pretty clean, right? Like it did all right. Now, I suppose we are running right now with an open case, so that's not going to give us as accurate of a reading there because our air is pushing right out of the dealy whopper there. So, oh, move the picture in picture. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You know what? Let me just go ahead, and it'll be easier to move this. All right, so we've got 83 on the CPU here. I'm just wanting to make sure that the fan on. Okay, the fan is running on the cooler there. I do feel like this is running a little bit on the warmer side, but I will say that that with the way that the Ryzen CPUs are designed, like their thermal profile, they're kind of meant to try to get. The running joke that we have is like they're trying to get as close to TJ Maxx as they possibly can, right? They're like trying to get there on like the holiday discounts and whatnot. Like they're trying to get as close to TJ Maxx as possible, which I think it's 95 for the Ryzen chips, 95 degrees Celsius. So we're 88, 88.6. I think too, if I'm not mistaken, that that in the BIOS I saw the fan profile was set to silent. So it's entirely possible that there's like if we spend some time with like fan curve stuff, that we could see some better temperatures with this. So, but I mean, like right now we're pretty stable as far as I think what we're gonna see from throughout this test. We're gonna see a little bit of dipping here and there as resets. New guy, I'm the guy that you don't usually see in front of the camera. Not necessarily new, but hey, I'm stable. Me too. Most days. All right, so it's under 95, which is great. But I do think that if we were to go in and tweak some fan curve stuff, again, like we're using an air cooler in this thing. It is a lower powered chip. It is also possible too that you guys were here for my installation, so it's entirely possible too that we could do another application with thermal paste and see if we could get some better temperatures. But I think that the priority here is probably going to be to show you guys some gameplay stuff, and then get the ball rolling with this thing. But have you called a processor with? Have you called a processor with a can of SpaghettiOs? Have I cooled a processor with a can of SpaghettiOs? I would like to try. I would also like to try to see how many laptops it takes how many desktop replacement laptops it takes to create an air fryer situation. I think that would make for a really, really funny video. But we just need to have the right partners that would be willing to say like, yeah, we would love to have our laptops used in that way, right? I don't know too many that'd be like super thrilled about that idea, but that's just where my brain goes, right? All right, so we're cooling down a little bit here. Robey is on vacation. He is currently riding a moose across the Alaskan tundra. When we started the stream, he was fighting a bear. Now he's riding a moose. That's at least what I heard. A world with more air fryers. Yes, please. Real talk, I just experienced the air fryer for the first time last month. Like I realized, like I've been like in a little bit of a...
Late to the game.
I'm a little bit late to the game. I'm a little bit late to the game. But I did experience the glory of an air fryer last month. And I gotta say, it might be one of those things that might find its way into my kitchen. So, okay, so it looks like from a cooling standpoint, we're hovering around 88, 89 degrees. So acceptable, but again, remember that like we're putting this under like the most abusive situation possible. Like we are running the CPU in a way that it's not meant to be run. And so this is not what you can expect, like if you're going to be using the system for gaming, which really is why we wanted to build this system. Because again, remember, we talked about this on the front end of the video or on the stream here, that you know, we started to look at this build and this particular spec because, you know, it is $900. When you look at the price of like a PS5 Pro, I mean, the prices of consoles are getting, you know, pretty wild out there. And so with what's possible from a PC and a PC building standpoint, there are some really incredible options that are out there and some things that you can do. And when I was playing around with this combination of parts at my house, I was able to do some gaming and some streaming, some video recording, all, you know, 1080p. But again, we're talking about a $900 system. So like, I'm gonna call you guys out here, Aki and Fam and Mama Peach, if you're still here. But in their family, like it's, you know, mom and dad and, you know, and two kids that if they want to game together, that's like, and have individual PC setups, like that's 4 setups. That gets very expensive very quickly when you don't have systems to pass down to, you know, the new and burgeoning gamers and whatnot. And so like, so having the option, and Mama Peach, I'm so blessed that you're here. So stinking blessed that you're here. It always gets very, very hot very quickly in their stream room. I imagine it does. But when we looked at this as an option, like one of the things we looked at, and hey, Quiglag, thank you for subscribing. Twitch Prime subscription, thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate you. When we looked at this as an option, we really looked at this for the person who is either like in that place where it's a, like, I appreciate that fan joke there. We looked at this from the standpoint of if you're in a place where you're trying to do like esports gaming, it's like if you want to get into like Marvel Legends and Fortnite or, you know, Valorant or, you know, anything like that. I mean, if you're competitive gaming, like 1080p is probably the resolution that you're going to be gaming at because you want to maximize frame rates. That being said, like we also saw the potential here when it came to cinematic titles, and I'm going to show you this with Cyberpunk in just a second here, because one of the things that like for somebody like me, I love cinematic titles. Like I'm not a competitive gamer, love cinematic titles, huge Destiny fan, but I also love like RPGs. Loved Expedition 33 this year. That's why it's shown up in the scripts, talking about Expedition 33, because it's what I was playing at the moment when I was helping with some of the experience testing with things. But I love like cinematic titles and games that are, you know, telling stories and, you know, that they're setting environments and what have you. And so then I started asking the question of like, okay, well, what's the barrier for entry for something like that? Like I can tell somebody about a game like this, but what is it going to take for them to play something like that on their machine? And so for us, like Cyberpunk's just kind of been one of those benchmarks that like, because of all of the implementations of different, you know, technologies and what have you, like it really is kind of like the cornucopia of testing metrics or testing abilities, like because you have like solid FSR and fluid motion frames integration for AMD, you have solid DLSS and multi-frame generation for Nvidia. Like it really is a good platform to test on. As old as the game is at this point in time, like it's been updated very well, and we've seen some really cool updates with the integration of those technologies. So I wanted to show you that we just finished out our test run. As you can see, we have a glorious score of 13,000 and 11. Again, keep in mind, like, this is not a system that you're going to be doing any heavy CPU lifting on, but it is something that, you know, when it comes to 1080p gaming, when it comes to you know, being able to do your gaming stuff, it's going to do all right. It's going to do all right for itself. So we're going to jump into Cyberpunk here. We're going to run a couple of benchmarks, and I am actually going to run a benchmark specifically for, oh no, logged in on another computer. What? Okay. Hold on half a moment here. Brian, if you want to go ahead and switch cameras here just a second. I don't want to get in the way of his work though, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to log myself in here. One moment, please. Not it. Yeah, so as we were talking about the this PC build as a team, our illustrious Robeytech final boss asked the question of, like, you know, hey, wonder what you could do with what you could do at 1440p with this. So what I want to do here is I actually want to show. Oh no, what are we doing here? Updating. Come on, man. All right, it'll just be a second, guys. Just a second while it's updating here. So is the AMD 8400F an older CPU? It is-ish. It's kind of a stopgap in between. Well, I shouldn't say it's a low-powered offering in between the Ryzen 7000 and Ryzen 9000 series processors. So it is still current-ish gen, but it is on the lower end. So lower core count, lower power draw. There is no integrated GPU in it either. So so you are looking at something that is very, very, very baseline. But the thing that I really liked about this, and again, like getting into a $900 platform here, the thing that I really like about this build is that it has room for growth. Like, we put a 750 watt power supply in here when we did not need to do that for the parts that are in here. But with the 9000 series chips, you can definitely socket one of those in with an upgraded BIOS to the B650, and you still have, you know, some more power for there. Never heard of it, that it released. Yeah, the 8400 or the 8000 series, they almost kind of like went to like some of the build partners. They weren't really like a huge retail. Like, you could get them in retail situations. It was more like OEMs and SIs, systems integrators, that you would see those in, but not a common CPU. But again, low power, so then it doesn't require much in the way of cooling. Still is able to do some pretty decent work. It's still a 6-core processor, 6-core, 12-thread CPU. How much does it cost? That is the question. Because if you can find them, I think we got ours, and we had to buy from a second-party vendor. We found ours for, like, I think $130, $140. I think it was something around there. We do have a link for that. And if you go on someplace like Newegg, you can see that they have those there. Blondie, I don't know if do we have a product link that we can throw in the chat there? Because we could then show the up-to-date price on that. The price that I have in and let me go ahead and pull up the parts list here. And I'll throw this on the screen one more time so y'all can see this again, so you know what the build is here. that what do we need again? If we have a link for the Ryzen 5 8400F, there's a question about that in the chat. Okay, so the list price that I'm seeing in our parts list is $148.95. So that's what's going into our price count for the total 904. This is not a $104 build here. Okay, so we've got. Let's go ahead. We're going to go back to the roaming cam. I think that's the cam that we were on. Is that? Yeah. I mean, I should just let Brian control the show here. Brian, we're ready for capture. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, we're launching Cyberpunk up. This might take a minute, the first time launching this here, but here we go. I know, I'm mad with power. I have all of the buttons in front of me. Okay, real talk though. Oh shoot, I can't talk about this. Oh man, there's something that I was playing around with this week that has lots of buttons. You know what? NZT gamers, it actually, oh buddy, friend, do I have something to show you? Just hold on to that for a minute. Hold on to that for a minute. All right. So we're going to go into our settings here. We're going to go to graphics. And we're going to go to ray tracing low. So we have DLSS on. We want this to be, it's not balanced. Give me just a second here. We want quality, right? We want quality setting for that. So we're not gonna put on frame generation. No frame generation. Just DLSS. Now I think we need to restart this. Oh no, I'm not gonna do maxed out because I know for a fact that's not gonna work. Like that's not what this is intended to do. But what I do want to show you is I want to show you what's possible with this. There are definitely limitations with this build. I mean, for goodness sake, this is a $900 PC. Like you are not going to do everything maxed out on this thing. But I do want to show you this. Because there's some really, really good potentials when it comes to being able to do stuff on a budget here. I want to see if this can perform at the maxed out graphics. I can tell you it can't. Though, you know what? Here's what we'll do. What do you think, chat? Let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and run this at RT low. So keep in mind that is with high texture qualities. That is with low ray tracing. We're running at, okay, we're at 1080p, VSync is off. So what do you think? Like, what do you think we're gonna run this thing at? Like, what are the wagers? Like, if you were a betting person, like, what would you bet on as far as average frames per second on something like this? Like, can it hit 60? Can it even do that? Can it go 50? Like, what's playable? Like, is it over 30? Like, where's the line of what's accessible? 45. I see a 45. 45. Do I hear 45? Do I hear 50? I hear 75. 75. Do I hear 80? 85. 45. Here 45. 70. Might hit 70. 28 FPS. 60 frames plus, says Araxness. All right. Let's do this thing and let's see where this lands. Are you ready for this, Brian? Let's do it. Again, this is no frame generation. We are not putting frame generation or multi-frame generation on this. This is just DLSS. I'm just letting you soak it in. That's all. You're right. You're right. DLSS is going to do some heavy lifting. That's for sure. I'd say it's playable. I'd say it's pretty playable, guys. Pretty playable. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Again, you know, you've got some zones, some places, you know, when you have like, you know, deeper lighting effects and whatnot, where you're going to have some, you know, dip potato chip and performance, but an average of 111.12 is not too shabby on a $900 system. So let's go back into the settings here a second, because you know what, we're not going to put on multi-frame generation just yet. What we are going to do though is I actually want to go up to 1440p. I want to see 1440p. What are we going to do? Oh, you know what? I did the big fail. I forgot that this needs to match desktop resolution. BRB. Yeah, we're going to quit out of that for just a second. System display. Boom, there we go. Keep changes. Just gonna need to reload the game here a second, and then we will go from there. You just built a PC a month ago using the G400A Phanteks. Let's go, Venom Overlord. That's an awesome case. Congratulations on your new PC too. If you don't mind, tell us what you put in it. We really do. I'll tell you what, we love. I say we love Phanteks cases, but we love like every cases. Like there are things that, well, not every case. let's be clear. There are some that make choices, but there's no one size fits all tech solution. That's our mantra, and we're sticking to it. Phanteks does some amazing cases. Want to know more about why choosing overclocked items. I'm still learning. So go easy. Hey, you know what? Sideshow. What I'm actually going to do is, because I am not the man, the myth, the legend, the Mr. Robeytech, and I don't have his extensive knowledge base. What I am going to do is I'm going to ask Blondie to go ahead and clip that question there. And I'm gonna put that into our list of questions that we answer on our social media channel. So stick around, follow Robeytech on Instagram, on TikTok. We'll be posting videos answering questions. So like, yeah, that's a great question. I can tell you what my experience has been. All right, so we've got 1440p. We're going balanced on that. I do wanna make sure we are at RT low. We're moving that to balanced, and then we're gonna hit run. Here we go. All right, so Araxinus, the question videos have been awesome. They really kind of come down to the heartbeat of why we do what we do. We love making PC building accessible to more people. All right, so wagers on 60 frames per second. Oh, okay, we definitely have multi-frame generation on for that. Oopsie doopsie. I don't know why it defaulted to that, but hey, you're seeing 1440p with 4x multi-frame generation. I'd say it's playable. I don't know. I don't know. What about you, Brian? You play that? You play that? Oopsie doopsie. This is what Bob Ross would like to call a happy little accident. This is what Bob Ross would call a happy little accident. Happy little, actually there are no happy trees in Night City. Or no happy little trees in Night City. There are palm trees. I don't know that I would say that they are happy little trees. Okay, so 1440p with multi-frame generation on 204? Is that what I'm seeing? 204 frames per second? Interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's turn that off. Okay. We're going to turn that off. We're going to restart it so we actually get a real metric of what we're looking at here. TechWorks, sorry, sister-in-law mowing her yard. Apologies for lateness. Hey, you know what, TechWorks? I'm just glad you're here. I'm just so glad you're here. Welcome in. Welcome in. You're here at the end of the stream. We're doing a little bit of benchmarking because we have time. And then I think what we're going to do is after we test this one. All right, so that is good. We're gonna run 1440p without frame gen, and we're gonna do 2 more tests after that. We're gonna do 1080p, no frame gen, but we're gonna max it out. We're gonna do RT Ultra and see what happens. It could break it. It could break it. All right, so we're getting 7980 in the bar here, 1440p, DLSS balanced, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Still very playable. Again, remember, this is a $900 PC. This is a $900 PC, RTX 5060. Again, I know that there are people who are split on, on the RTX 5060 as a GPU. But again, like in something like this, where like you are literally trying to get the most for what you're getting out of it, I mean, it's not a terrible option. I mean, there are arguments that could be made for like for the 9060, the B650 or the B580, but again, solid build here. Like I used this setup for about a week. And I was not mad at what I got out of it. Plays really, really well. Okay, so average 85 at 1440p. Not too shabby at all. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put this to 1080p again, and then we're gonna run this Ray Tracing Ultra. And then the final test, the final thing that I want to see, and this is really dependent, what we're going to see is depending on what this runs at. All right, so we're going to go to video. We're going to go back to 1080. Oh, this is that moment where we're going to need to go back and change our desktop resolution again. Changes. All right. Sorry for the start and stop here. We'll get it. We'll get it. You know what I also didn't check here, and I apologize. I am so sorry, guys. I have had this like on 60 hertz the entire time, the refresh rate. Solid newbie move. Solid newbie move. What can you do? What can you do? All right, so let's go ahead and throw some numbers in the chat. Like, what are we thinking as far as Ray Tracing Ultra at 1080p? What are we looking at here, guys? What are we looking at as far as the frame rates go? And again, like. Apologies on Looks like this got hung up here a second. So we're going to go ahead and cancel that. Let's try that again. I have 22 frames per second. All right, awesome. 65. 30 likes to go over on YouTube, guys. If you want to unlock a giveaway, if you are watching right now, if you wouldn't mind, head on over to youtube.com/Robeytech Live and give this video stream a big thumbs up. One of these. Give it one of these. It's cheap as free. It's cheap as free. And if you understood that reference, it's time to take your vitamins. And hey, look at that, Blondie, the direct link. Easy. I was about to make an Eververse quote there. It's easy math, Guardian. All right, so we are at 1080p. We're gonna go to RT Ultra. We have frame generation off. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna change this back to quality. Just confirming again, ray tracing, or sorry, frame generation is off. Okay, so we got around 50, 65, 22 frames per second. Let's run this beast, see what it does. Oh, and I just realized I was running this. Sorry, guys. Big fail here. For the last run, I'll make sure MSI Afterburner is up so that you can see what the temperatures are on the GPU and CPU. My bad. Oh, snap! Oh, snap! Okay, so, all right, so we're hovering around 60. We're hovering around 60. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's me. So again, keep in mind, like, this is without multi-frame generation. The beautiful thing is because we are actively, and I realize, like, I know that everybody is torn on multi-frame generation here. Everybody is torn on this. But I will say that if it's a utility that you want to use, it is actually pretty magical, and it does some really, really neat stuff. And yeah, again, this is no multi-frame generation in here. So we're leaning really, really hard on our hardware right now to do this. 70 frames per second, 1080p, ray tracing ultra. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do MSI Afterburner. And again, I apologize. You know, Kevin was so good to make sure that Afterburner was set up for me, and it was me. I did the big fail. But I think what we're gonna do. What do you think? What do you think? Should we do 1080p ray tracing ultra with multi-frame generation and see what happens? Or do we just want to do like ray tracing low and see what happens with that? I'm kind of partial to trying it since we did cross that 60 frames per second threshold. I'm kind of partial to the idea of trying it with at ray tracing ultra. Max it out. Let's see what we can do. Let's break this thing. And by the way, I'm sorry. I was amiss. Okay, so right now we have, all right, so we have MSI Afterburner up. We are gonna have to quit out if we want multi-frame generation. Let's do it. Do it all. I'm not gonna put it on ray tracing overdrive just because that adds like the path tracing stuff in there, and I know that that's like, that is not gonna be, that's not gonna be great for anyone. But it's just kind of cool to see that, like, with this system, like what is possible, like what you can do. So yeah, if you're doing 1080p gaming, and you have the interest in dabbling, in titles like this. Like there's some really, really good integration. So we'll go ahead and run this one. This is your last chance. If you haven't gone over to YouTube yet, go over to YouTube, because after this test, after this benchmark, I think we're going to go ahead and call it. I think that's going to do it. That's going to do it. One more benchmark, guys. One more before we hit the road. One more for the road. $134. We're so close. We're so close. All right, so you guys should be able to see the temps on the GPU and CPU now, as well as the utilization. Brian is going to get beauty shots of the PC. We're going to do that afterwards once we're able to get the lighting all figured out. For some reason in the BIOS, it didn't stick in the BIOS, and I don't know whether that's because we had to unplug it. But here we are. All right, so graphics. We're on Ray Tracing Ultra. We're on multi-frame generation ×4. Let's do this thing. Leroy! All right, now we're just getting silly. How much VRAM does this have? This is an 8 GB card. This is an 8 GB card. So we're at about 95, 96 GPU utilization. We're running about 63 on the CPU, about 50, 60 C on the CPU. Yeah, our system is working hard for the money. It's working hard for the money, but over 200. This is just silly at this point. Afterburner is on. We just have a couple of small metrics up in the corner. Again, like this is with multi-frame generation, so you can take or leave the numbers there. But I mean, that does not suck. That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead, and I think that how are we at, Blondie? How are we at for numbers on YouTube? Did we make it? Did we do it? Did we do it? Are we there? Are we there yet? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. But 136, so close. We're so close to greatness. That's all right. You know what? This stream was great because you guys were here. So we're going to go ahead and I think we're going to go ahead and close out here. Yeah, we're going to do a little bit of shooting with this PC, little beauty shots with this PC. But again, I want to give you a huge thank you to you guys for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for working with me through the ups and downs, the hiccups that we've had with this system. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys again on Wednesday. We've got a different build that we're going to be doing. We actually have an all AMD build for this next one. So if you're an AMD fan, you're going to want to stick around for that one. It is also a budget conscious build. So thanks so much for being here, guys. I had a blast. You guys made it so enjoyable to do this and be here. I will see you guys Wednesday. Bye.